learned it the hard way. Friends never last long. I'm trying to get my cash long. You niggas off point like the bag wrong.
What's good, y'all? It's your guy J100 Puff Puff. No Pass React back with another fire ass reaction video. Today we're gonna be reacting to why Kenan and Kel broke up. If you don't know who Kenan and Kel is, that means your childhood was probably boring. I'm sorry. This was one of the best shows when I was a kid. One of the best shows on Nickelodeon. Besides all that was good. Nickelodeon had some real dope shows back in the day, for real. But I had to do this one. This was my all-time favorite. Even if you don't remember the show Kenan and Kel, you might have watched the movie Good Burger. They was both in Good Burger. I didn't know that they broke up, had beef, whatever you want to call it. But I seen this when I was surfing through YouTube. And I was like, oh, okay. I know I ain't the only Kenan and Kel fan. And I know that everybody ain't know that they beefing. So we about to see why, what's going on together, for real. But first, do me a favor. Like the video. Like the video. Hit that subscribe button. Hit the subscribe button for your guy. And make sure that notification bell is turned on so you will not miss one single reaction from me when I upload, because I upload often, as you know. Now, without further ado, oh yeah, y'all, I'm smoking Gushers. Smoking a blunt of Gushers. So get y'all blunts ready, man. Spark it up, spark your bowls, spark your bongs, joints, whatever you got. Go ahead, spark it on up. And let's get into this video. Why Kenan and Kel broke up. Here's why. Let's go.
World of comedy duos, there are just a handful of acts that stand out. Pryor and Wilder, Chris Tucker and Jackie Chan, Key and Peele, and Kid and Play are some to mention. A part of that list, we have to highlight one duo in particular, Kenan Thompson and Kel Mitchell, who to the world is known as Kenan and Kel. The comedic actors would help represent black teens on network TV and show the definition of...
Alright, let me say this, bro. No, I do not look like Kel. No, I don't look like, Kenan. I don't look like Kenan, bro. Y'all tripping. I don't look like Kenan. They used to say that shit, too. I don't.
Of a true friendship despite their obvious differences. For years, both would star on TV together and would hit the box office, reaching an even bigger audience. Unfortunately, though, their run in Hollywood together would come to an end as real-life troubles would happen in career circumstances.
Y'all remember that shit?
Here's why Kenan and Kel broke up. In 1993, producer Brian Robbins would sit in the offices of Nickelodeon to reveal a series idea he had for a kid version of Saturday Night Live. This series, which is now known as All That, would feature an ensemble cast of young comedic talent to star in a collection of original sketches.
Hey, if y'all too young to remember that, man, look it up. I'm sure it's like on YouTube and all that.
Would kick off a nationwide talent search to find their cast. In the end, Angelique Bates, Lori Beth Denberg, Katrina Johnson, Kel Mitchell, Alyssa Reyes, Josh Server, and Kenan Thompson were selected to star on the new show. And this is where Kenan and Kel was born. In a 2018 interview with Comedy Hype, Mitchell would explain his instant draw towards Kenan when they first met after landing their All That jobs. According to Mitchell, he knew right away that he wanted to be friends with Kenan.
And I remember
that's
when we got the job, and it was like the first day with all the
R.I.P. Kobe. R.I.P. Kobe.
Kenan had already done Mighty Ducks, and he had already been on television with other projects. So I remember he came in on the rollerblades. He came on the Mighty Duck rollerblades, and it was like, just like, and I was like, yo, I gotta kick it with that kid, man. Yo.
Kenan and Kel's instant chemistry would continue as they shared the screen of All That. Eventually, the producers of All That would take notice of the duo's antics, and the idea was sparked that the young men should have their own show. Kenan and I used to joke a lot off set, and so the producers started to see that, and they were like, you know what, we need to do something with these two kids, like some type of show. In 1996, writer and producer Ken Bass of Sister and Sister and In Living Color would craft together a show for Thompson and Mitchell and called it Kenan and Kel. The show would star the duo as two high school students trying to figure things out. Now, the reason why the show primarily worked was because of the proven comedy formula of pairing two characters together who were polar opposites, with one being the straight man and the other being the comedic relief. For 4 seasons, Kenan and Kel would entertain Nickelodeon viewers. The series would become a clear hit as it would win
Only
Favorite
4
TV Show
years.
Award at the Kids' Choice Awards. In 1997, as Kenan and Kel's rise continued, they would take their talent to the big screen for the movie Good Burger. Now, Good Burger would end up grossing $23.7 million at the box office with a budget of $8.5 million.
That's
With Kenan and
buku
Kel's
bucks.
ongoing rise,
Crazy, buddy.
it appeared that the longtime friends were inseparable. But as you already know, one of America's favorite duos would slowly come to an end. When Kenan and Kel ended in 2000, it appears that Thompson was ready to go after a solo career. This would be confirmed by Kel years later in an interview with TMZ.
All right.
The truth is, Kenan does not want to be seen with me in any form of media or even have my name mentioned around him. I have not been upset about this. I respect his choice of wanting to make a name for himself.
Whoa. Kenan was on some, I'm about to be a big star, a mega star. No, I don't want nothing to do with you, bro. I don't want you to do with that. I don't want you in nothing that I'm about to build or what I'm building. That's some hoe shit, bro. That's some hoe shit. Especially when they did all those shows together. But I mean, in a way, I feel him. As a man, you wanna stand alone, do your own thing, get your own shine on, not always be paired up. So I understand both sides for real, but man, I'm sure they missed out on a huge bag just by breaking up that little duo comedians.
Solo. Now, to the public, things between Kenan and Kel didn't seem obvious until about 2003. This is when a clear separation between the longtime friends and duo would become noticed as Kenan would land a prize spot on Saturday Night Live. Interesting enough, Kel also auditioned for a spot on SNL, but according to reports, his audition would be disastrous. I remember I started dancing. I think my energy was so crazy. I did like a moonwalk move and actually stepped on one of the tables right in front of the stage and flipped the table with someone's drink on it over. It was a mess. Now, Thompson's plan to become his own name was happening, and Mitchell would push along by finding himself other roles and cameos to feature in. To further clarify the separation, Thompson would tell The Breakfast Club in 2018, people were trying to lump us together so much after the show, we kind of wanted to show everybody that there was a Kenan Thompson and a Kel Mitchell.
See, that's what I was thinking too, bro.
As Kenan would take off on SNL, Kel's life and career would hit some real-life speed bumps. As explained by him, things began to become an up-and-down battle. The lowest point in Kel's life would be when he found out that his then-wife was pregnant by another man, which would trigger him to think about harming himself. I felt like there needed to be an off switch. Kel would eventually divorce his wife, but his struggles would continue. At his lowest, the one-time child star found himself in a one-bedroom apartment in a bad neighborhood with nearly no money. I remember the electricity went out and I just cried. Just sat there on the floor. It was like everything was taken away. While Kel struggled to stay up...
Man, you never know what somebody going through, bro. It all look glamorous on the screen and all that look glamorous on social media, bro. But you never really know what a person going through for real. That's crazy.
Kenan was becoming one of SNL's favorite players. And as expressed by Kenan, with him in New York filming SNL, his communication with Kel slowed down and years would go by and the two would move on without speaking. As time rolled on, eventually Kel's life began to get better. He would find faith in God and a new woman by his side. Now, despite this new momentum, Kel was still not speaking with his former co-star Kenan. It turned out that in 2014, Kenan and Kel were just about to have a moment to finally reunite and clear the air at the Nickelodeon Kids' Choice Awards. However, Kenan would decide not to show up as planned and instead would video in the ceremony, oddly enough, without mentioning Kel. Now, after the awards, Kel would end up reconnecting with TMZ for another interview and commented about Kenan's no-show. When I read the rehearsal, it said that he was going to introduce me. But on the day when I saw that he did it, I was like, oh, okay. Kel's talk with TMZ looked to have sparked the two to reconnect by putting everything out.
See, it seemed like it's a little deeper than that, bro. Now it seemed like it's a little deeper than them just wanting to stand alone and get their own spotlight. Like, if they want to reunite y'all for a minute, you know what I'm saying, for the fans' sake, why wouldn't you want to do that? Like, all the old musicians and groups get back together, even if they don't play together for years, they get back together and have like a reunion tour for like one big last hurrah or whatever. Like, I don't understand Kenan's way of thinking, but all right.
Out in the open. In a 2018
I don't
talk
know
with
what
the
actually
Club,
went on
Kenan
behind
would
the scenes,
reveal
you know
that a
what I'm
call
saying?
between him and Kel went down as they got a chance to catch up on each other's lives. Now backtrack to September of 2015, viewers of The Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon would get a huge surprise when both Kenan and Kel reunited to act out a Good Burger sketch. The sketch would shut down the internet and had 30-year-olds everywhere reminiscing their childhood. Kenan and Kel were officially back together. Kenan and Kel's public reunion would continue as they would start to do commercials together, reunited with their All That cast, and even confirmed rumors that a Good Burger 2 was in the works. And in 2019, Kenan and Kel's story would become full circle as it was announced that Nickelodeon was set to relaunch All That. But this time around, the love duo who first met on the show will now serve as executive producers.
We've been talking about it. It's going down. Okay? We're not going to let y'all down. It's going to be awesome.
I don't know if that's still going to happen or not.
It's the truth. It's the truth. It's going down. All That is back, baby.
Yeah, get ready for it.
You agree with Kenan's decision to push for a solo career? Let's talk about it more in the comments below. True friendships don't die.
Hey, that's the first I heard about All That reboot too. Hey, if they do, that's hella dope. That's hella dope. But it'll never be like the original. The sequel is never as good as the original. It's always like that. You know that, right? But yeah, y'all, that was another reaction video. We was reacting to why Kenan and Kel broke up. Why Kenan and Kel broke up. And I'm just as confused as ever as to why they broke up for real. And why it seemed like it was any kind of beef other than they wanted to have their solo careers cool, but still be cool with each other. Y'all's boys. As far as we know. Never know what was going on behind the scenes, you know what I'm saying? But it's about that time, y'all. I'm about to get up out of here. It's your guy, J100 Puff Puff. No past reacts. Until the next one. Yeah.